All right, we're back in action, man.
Yeah, we
We're
are
back, man. How you feeling, man?
feeling great.
Heat
Season 2,
speakers.
episode 2.
Episode 2, man. The first, we kicked it off pretty good the new year, man. With we had Eric Sandoval, co-owner of Herbalife store called
Right.
Step Up Nutrition. Hope you guys catch that first episode. Amazing.
Definitely gonna catch that.
Yeah.
Gotta-
So are you using the products yet, man?
I have not, man. We're supposed to go this week, man.
You
I'm
know what?
lagging it.
You're
I'm
right.
lagging it.
Yeah.
Lagging it. I gotta make it out there. It's
You
right
got-
down the street from
It's
here.
literally, bro, like 2 blocks. But you know what? No worries. The week's been kind of crazy, to be honest. And the times I went this week, I was like, man, I should hit up Mark, but I knew I was like in and out each time. So for sure, we got to make a time to go. But yeah, you'll feel the difference, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, I only had.
And I definitely feel you on that crazy week, man. It has been. We got a market update coming here, man, and it's been fantastic.
Yes.
Let me know what you think, Rich. What do you think about this market
Bro,
right now? What are you seeing?
So we're starting with real estate update, guys. Real estate update. The market has changed, guys. Just so you know, buyers are out and about, bro. The action has kind of started. And I know you're gonna get into it more detailed as far as where rates are, right? However, man, put up 2 listings recently. The one I just put up 2 days ago is on fire. It feels somewhat mid 2020, 2021-ish. The demand level, if you remember, like how crazy it was.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
What do we mean when you hear a realtor say, "Hey, man, this house on fire"? What exactly do you mean?
Well, what I mean, I'm just monitoring the demand, the type of demand we're getting. So we listed the house day 1, right? 2 days ago. That day we had maybe 7, 8 showings in that first day, bro. My phone was ringing crazy, but agents are calling.
Gotcha.
We got a first offer the first day. This is day 2. We're sitting on 3. I'm hearing more coming in. So I'm just saying this because it shows that since I guess October, I believe, is when we went over 7%.
Yeah, that was peak right there.
And everyone stopped cold turkey. It was like nothing was happening. Nobody was buying. It was crickets.
It was like I had coronavirus or something, man. It was avoiding me, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were trying to send smoke screens to people to get out, anything to get people out. No one was moving. However, like I said, I just put those 2 listings out there, top of January, and we do know the rates have come down quite a bit, and you can give us the update on that. But just by the 2 listings, bro, even the first listing I put on about a week and a half ago, I didn't think it was going to go fast, honestly, because it's way out Madeira. Like,
I saw that one.
It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere, right? So I wasn't thinking a whole bunch. There was a lot of demand for that, especially in this type of market, right? Because it's it's like a half acre. There's about 2 houses somewhat close to it, but pretty much way up there, right? That got quite a bit of interest first week.
Okay.
Here we are, week 2, already in escrow, bro. We just opened up literally.
I saw that one.
It's crazy, bro.
Right.
So they're buying now.
Yeah.
It's not all the way crazy, but it's picked up so much.
Yeah.
What do you see?
So yeah, man, 100%. I think that the interest is peaked in a lot more individuals than it was prior. And that's not to say, I mean, whatever conversations happen in these households, and when they're renting or they're living with their parents or they're in the garage or whatever it is,
right?
I'm sure these conversations happen all the time. Like, man, we need to buy.
Right.
But those conversations don't make it to us as professionals, right? They talk about it there. But now the interest has been peaked so much that those conversations are leaving the garage. They're leaving the parents' home. They're leaving the rental, and then they're ending up on the phone with me. Hey, man.
Right.
What's going on? Like, what's this market look like? What do I qualify for? What can this amount buy me? These questions are coming in, whether or not
that's how it starts.
Yeah, exactly. Whether or not we run some numbers and we go through their background, and I say, hey, look, you're qualified for a max amount at X, but this is what your payment would be.
Right.
In their eyes, if they go, well, shit, I don't want that kind of payment. How much home can I buy if I just want to keep my payment under this amount?
Right.
So then at that point, they hear those numbers and they're like, well, okay, maybe not yet, or maybe, but just having that conversation with me,
that's it,
was non-existent 4 or 5 months ago.
Right. 100%.
It was non-existent.
It was dead.
Those people were like, that ain't the right time. I would be dumb to buy right now.
Yeah.
It's going to crash.
But
no crashes come, man. And now they're asking questions. So I agree with you 100%.
Right. And I think
inquiries are coming.
right. So the sentiment is very high up. Buyers are
growing.
thinking like, so what I feel is a cause of it. I think overall people are realizing that there is no crash, at least for now, as we see, there's nothing that's foreseeable coming. The economy is not as bad. We got inflation coming down quite a bit. We got a reading last week of CPI, I believe. Core came in at 5.7, if I'm not mistaken, under 6,
which is
less
than what
amazing,
they were expecting,
right? So we got inflation coming down, right? We got week on week buyer demand is up 28%.
I mean, it's
right.
They're coming, and I don't say this to try and we don't say this to try and entice people
Not at all.
to buy.
Give them facts.
Everybody's situation is different. It may still not be the market for you, but we say these things because if maybe you do fit this category, you're like, you know what, we are qualified to buy. We just don't want to buy right now because the market is terrible, or we're waiting for the rug to get pulled out from underneath everybody, and we don't want to be a part of that group. If that's what you're waiting for, then this conversation may be for you, because it is not all gloom and doom that everyone believed it was. And if people are reaching out with interest now, as these interest rates begin to go lower and lower and lower, the amount of people reaching out and the amount of people bidding on homes, going to showings, have realtors in and out of these homes, is going to grow by a lot. And there's your competition right there.
That's it. And mind you,
again,
and we got to let people know as well, like when we're talking, this doesn't count across the country, right? Every market is different. So there are some real markets that are completely opposite, where it's values or sales prices are down quite a bit, double digits. It's just it's an unbalanced market. We're talking like like the Phoenix market, San Francisco, San Diego, some of these overinflated markets
they might still be experiencing nothing.
Vegas, right? And a lot of those markets are where the iBuyers were. So the iBuyers came in, bought a lot they tried to be big time flipper, but they failed pretty bad, right? They failed pretty bad. So they went into these markets, bought a lot of properties wrong. They didn't even run numbers correctly. They bought too high. Now they're all that inventory is in those markets on the market right now, and they're slashing prices. They just need to get out because they made a mess.
They need to get out. And if this goes back to a conversation we had on another podcast where we were talking about one of the biggest indicators as to should you buy right now or should you not, is people's timeline.
That's it.
If they're investors who are looking to get in and out in a year or two or less than that, it's a risky market to buy in right now. But if your plan is 5+ years, you're looking for a school district where your kids are barely 6, 7, 8 years old. They're going to be in that school district for another 7, 8 years. You're fine.
It's a good time.
Can you afford the home?
Prices are down.
That's it.
Prices have softened.
That's literally
rates have softened.
Don't be distracted by this noise. But again, it's different for every single
person. It is. It's not right for everyone. If you're in a position to buy, it's the time is right, and you're as if you're thinking like, okay, should I buy now or should I wait till spring? I would say right now. Couple reasons. The main reason, buyer demand is only going to get more competitive as we go into the spring. That's when most people are out looking for houses. There should be some more listings out there. However, it's still more competition. We really don't know where rates are going to be in the spring. It does look good now, but there's no way to tell exactly from this point. We can't be 100%, but it looks good. Like they are trending down.
That is the trajectory right now.
Same thing with the 30-year. The 10-year Treasury is down like 3.3, I think, or something like that. So that kind of has more influence on mortgage rates. So, but however, again, bro, what happens if we get under 4, bro? What will happen if rates go under 4? Or even
I just want to remind everybody right now, on this show, when rates were under 4 or even under 3,
under 3 was ridiculous.
There were people in your life, in your circle, that were telling you it's a dumb time to buy. You got to overpay for these homes. Right. Those same people are telling you right now that it's a dumb time to buy. It's just always a dumb time to buy, right? I mean, no market is going to be ideal, but every market is going to be ideal for someone.
Right.
So it's case by case.
That's it.
You can't listen to too much, but overall, right now, the interest rates are on a decline.
They are.
With the exception of maybe a couple weeks going into the end of fourth quarter. So the end, rounding out the year,
Sure.
rounding out 2022. There was a couple weeks where it bounced. It was bouncing back up, and then it just took a dive again, and now we're heading.
So where are we right
down.
now? Average 30 years. Say, let's start with FHA. What the first time buyer FHA? What are they looking like?
Under 6.
Under 6.
Everything's been
Wow.
6.5, 6.875. We were approaching 7 in October. We were over 7, and we're talking a primary home, 740 credit. You're putting 5% down. Cream of the crop borrowers, 7.125, 7.25.
Yeah.
That's where we were. I mean, we hit that October, November of last year. Started coming down. FHA is always going to show a lower interest rate than a conventional loan will.
Okay.
But don't let that confuse you. Conventional can still potentially be cheaper than an FHA loan just because of how these loan products work. So the lower interest rate on an FHA right now, we're sitting somewhere around 5.875,
Sure.
5.75 for an FHA loan.
Explain why first-time buyers, a lot of times the good product is the FHA loan route. What is the main reason that's attractive to first-time buyers?
The main reason is because it's alternative. The alternative is a conventional loan, right?
Gotcha.
FHA convention, but there's some other ones. VA, you have to be a veteran, or the surviving spouse of a veteran. So it's a smaller population that can qualify for those loans. Majority of people are going to be looking at FHA, conventional, or USDA loans.
Gotcha.
USDA is another one that a lot of people don't talk about. We'll touch on that in a little bit. But FHA is more thought of as, okay, it's my first time buying. This is the loan that I use. Or this is what I should be looking into. And the reason for that is the qualifying requirements on an FHA loan are less restrictive. They allow you to carry more debt, and they're easier to qualify for, as far as.
So you can qualify with a lower
credit score
okay,
with carrying more debt.
Right.
So they're believed to be the way to go as a first-time home buyer. Doesn't always have to be, and any good loan officer is going to run all options and tell you, hey, look, this is where we should be aiming based on our entire financial background. This is the one for you. Or, hey man, you've done an excellent job preparing. Let's go conventional. Because they're about the same down. I mean, if you're a first time home buyer, FHA, it's 3.5% of the purchase price.
Sure.
So for every $100,000 you're shopping for, $3,500 should be coming out of your pocket
for the down payment.
Right. Conventional, if you're a first time home buyer, we can do 3% down. So the difference
is, but for the conventional, your credit score needs to be higher, right?
Right. Acquires a higher credit score. You're only allowed to carry a certain percentage of your monthly income in debt.
Gotcha.
So FHA allows for more. So if you are carrying more debt, auto loan plus a personal loan plus your student loans are through the roof, we may need to go FHA to hit that purchase price point you're looking for.
Gotcha.
Whereas conventional, if we're debt free, we're making solid money, we got employment history, credit scores looking nice, 3% down conventional because you don't have a whole lot of excess debt.
That's nice.
Boom.
And it looks good when you make it up. Yeah. And you know what? I just had a thought right now. It sounds like we may have to do a first time buyers seminar.
We definitely do.
I like to propose this to you guys out there listening.
Yeah.
Contact us, anytime. You leave a comment, contact Mark, contact us. Just let us know if you'd be interested in the first time buyers seminar. We'd love to do one. We are going to plan something, but we just want to see the interest because we got a lot of information. You got a lot of knowledge. I got a lot of knowledge we can
in person
share. Yeah, exactly. In person.
Yeah. Face to face.
Ask
questions,
yeah,
or hear the questions that the other crowd are asking.
Yeah, I love to do that.
In person would be. I think we need to.
So chime in, guys. Let us know. Comment, inbox. However, let us know. We like to see what kind of.
Absolutely, let us know because there's a lot that goes into it.
It
is
a
lot that goes into it. It could be intimidating. I mean,
we'll make it fun, because.
Oh no, not the seminar.
Oh, that's
but the overall process.
Gotcha.
Could be intimidating.
For
so.
Sure.
I mean, this is only going to make you a better buyer, more qualified,
educated. You're going to know exactly. I think a lot of it, what it does, it diminishes the anxiety aspect of it. I think anxiety is a big factor in general, like just not knowing what to expect. So, you have all these things in your mind where you're like, shoot, what's going to happen? But once you get all the knowledge, information, you get calmed down, you can relax. Like, okay, you realize it's not that big a deal. And we make it fun and it could be your dream home. But yeah, we'll definitely do that.
Absolutely.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Also, so oh, USDA. So I do have that other listing I had mentioned, and so this one has like a half acre lot, nice sized property. Is that some out in Madera, right? Is that something that will qualify for you, or what is the
So
reason that someone would use a USDA
So
loan?
USDA is another program that allows you to put 0% for down payment, similar to the VA.
Okay,
Obviously a veteran affair loan, you got to be a veteran or surviving spouse.
sure.
So it's a smaller population of the country. USDA does not require you to be a veteran. It is for any first-time home buyer, actually any buyer, as
Any
long as
buyer.
you don't currently have one. So if you have no USDA loan, you are eligible
So
for it.
why don't we see a lot of those out there? I mean, hardly you don't really see them much.
To
So
be honest, Rich, there's this huge misconception that there is a hierarchy of loans. Conventional is at the top, FHA
sure.
is underneath that, USDA nobody's ever heard of, and VA is terrible to close with. This is the if we surveyed people,
Right.
this is what would come up with a hierarchy of loans. When in reality, VA is by far the best loan
Oh,
that any
man,
borrower
VA
can get.
is amazing. If you're a veteran out there,
And
military, I mean,
absolutely,
you have so much advantage to get you a house for
absolutely,
virtually nothing.
absolutely.
Veterans, I love helping veterans, man.
Yeah,
It's a beautiful thing.
it's they're amazing loans.
Right.
First of all, well deserved
Oh,
loans,
100%.
but there's a lot of misconceptions about all of these loans, and including VA, but more specifically USDA,
Yeah.
like which would apply for
There's
your
not a lot
listing.
of information out there about
Not a lot of
USDA.
information.
And I was always under the impression that it had to be like a certain amount of land part of it, like acreage. Those are good for those type of deals. Like,
So
but
let's clear some of that up right
let's
now.
clear it up.
So USDA is a United States Department of Agriculture. That's USDA.
Okay.
They are looking to develop these rural areas, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the hardest thing here are the two biggest things that you need to be aware of if we're looking at a USDA. One is the property in an eligible area. USDA has a website with an eligibility map where you can literally type in the address of any listing that you see, and it will pinpoint it on their map.
Mm-hmm.
After you type in the address, hit search, it'll
Yeah.
pinpoint it on the map, show you exactly what home you're talking about, and it will light up green if it's eligible, red if
Wow.
it's not.
Nice.
That's one condition, has nothing to do with reaching out to me at all. Something
Right.
you can
They
do
can do
at
on their
home.
own. Yeah, for
Absolutely.
sure.
I mean, I'll help you navigate. That's no big deal.
Mm-hmm.
But you can literally do this for every property that pops up on Redfin or Zillow or whatever you're looking.
Wow.
You can use this eligibility map. That's one of the tough things. The second thing is the income restrictions. The income restrictions are based on the amount of people in the household. However you're going to be, however many. And we're talking about from age 0,
Mm-hmm.
you can be 1-month-old baby, all the way up to 99. Anybody working in that house, their income is going to be calculated, whether they're on the loan or not.
Wow.
So the income limits are based on the household, and they take into account every single person in there. So if you have a 15, 16-year-old that's working at Taco Bell and they're making, $790 a month, 790 times 12, that's going to be calculated for an annual earnings toward the total eligibility for the income.
What is that total? Do you have an idea what that number is?
It's all different. So if you have 3 in your household, it's one number. 4 in your household,
gotcha.
5,
Based on how
6,
many are
7, all of it, but they take everybody's income into account.
Wow.
So those are the two biggest things. If you can pass those, if the property is in an eligible area, your income is within the restrictions.
Got it.
You can get a home through a USDA loan with 0% down payment, and you're only covering the closing costs.
That's awesome. And in this market, you can probably get the seller. Some cases.
So here's the thing. I was just about to touch on that. So USDA is the only loan, VA included. USDA is the only loan where if the property comes in appraised higher than what you offer, let's say you offer 250, the appraisal report comes in at 265.
Right.
You got 15 grand in equity there right off the bat. USDA is the only loan where you can use that equity that you haven't even, that just came from the appraisal report to cover your closing costs.
Oh my God. Boom.
Right?
That's hot right there. What?
Nobody knows.
Did you guys hear that?
No,
That's crazy.
And more specific for
I've
our
never
area,
heard that.
more specific for our area, Central Valley, there are towns here in the Central Valley that, because they're so small and they're in the middle of nowhere,
right?
i.e., Corcoran,
right?
half of Hanford,
Orosi,
parts of Lemoore, Orosi, Horskold. There are parts of the Central Valley that, even though it's residential area, like Corcoran, like these homes, it's a regular residential street, but because of Corcoran and where it's at, that entire city is USDA eligible.
Wow.
I've searched every single listing that pops up. I write
Here's the caveat. I've been full-time 6 years, right? I have yet hear someone say, I want to move to Corcoran. Like,
yeah, that's
I'm just
true.
being like, I don't know,
That's
but
true.
I'm sure it could happen.
And that may come from my background as a correctional officer at the jail. There's a prison there. So a lot of my clientele are like, hey man, they're shifting me from Chowchilla to Corcoran.
That'd be a good market.
I'm like, boom, dude, we'll get you in there. 0% down payment, and all you pay is closing costs. And then when that appraised value comes higher, I'm telling them, hey man, guess what? This is what you're allowed to do. You don't have to, because now you're using part of your equity to pay the closing costs. You don't have to do that.
Sure.
You can just pay the closing costs out of pocket.
Yeah. Or like I said, if I would negotiate the seller to cover
the
it,
seller can pay.
Now that equity is yours to keep. Boom. That'd be the ideal way.
This is a good point to make right here too. Sure. All of these strategies we're talking right now with the appraised value, using the equity, seller credit.
Yeah.
All of this is possible in this market. Right now, this market is allowing us to be creative. Yeah. This market is allowing us to use USDA. This market is allowing us to use down payment assistance. Yeah. This market is allowing us to use FHA renovation loans.
Right.
All of these loans that take time and require, a lot of footwork up front in order to close for the seller to get the money that they're looking for the sale.
Right.
All of these require more than just a typical FHA conventional. Right. So when we look at that and we look at this market and people are not getting as many offers as they were, I mean, now it's starting to change a little bit, but
it's not probably every house, but it's
right.
We can see the pickup, the demand. Yeah.
So we're seeing that in this market. And if there's not a lot of buyers putting in offers, that seller's going to wait. That seller's going to wait for a USDA loan if it takes 4 days more than 4 days longer.
It's opportunity.
They're going to wait for a renovation loan. They're going to wait for down payment assistance to come in and clear. And dude, right now, this market is perfect for creative financing.
Really,
if you see something that needs work, but you're going to buy it as an FHA loan, there's a loan for that to get the house, be provided the renovation cost, have it fixed, and then you move in FHA.
Right.
There's loans for this stuff.
And just a little advice to those investor-minded buyers out there, which is days on market is a really good indicator to where it could be, you might be able to get a little wiggle room. You might be able to negotiate a little bit better with the seller. I would say start maybe about 3 weeks, if the market's on the 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks still on the market, no offers, the longer it's on the market, the better chances you may have to get, a nice some type of creative financing or work out a deal. I mean, shoot, even a seller finance deal, and we'll get into that on another episode.
We need to have an investor episode.
We are, 100%. Maybe we'll get one of these local, somebody that's really killing it out in the business.
Absolutely, have them come in
and tell
us the kind of deals they've closed and all the creative ways they've done so.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of ways to play this game.
Oh man, so many ways. So, and that's what this show is about, man. To bring it value, educate people, let them know what's really going on behind the scenes, and hopefully motivate and inspire people to, do great things. But what else you got, man? What else is going on, man? Looks like the market's coming back, man.
Man, you know what? I got some advice. I got some advice for anybody, right? Anybody that's looking to purchase a home.
Okay. What do you got? What you got?
My advice, because right now, I don't know how many times I've been in the office and I've seen people come through asking questions or wanting to run numbers. What do I qualify for?
Right.
So much more in the beginning of this year than the last 3 months of last year, right? Wow. So much more. And my advice to them and my advice to you guys is to get ready to buy a home and stay ready to buy a home.
That's it.
Okay. So getting ready requires you to reach out. And the answer may be that this is where the monthly payments are, and you may not be comfortable with that. The answer may be, we need to work on that credit score. Here's some things you can do to work on that.
There you go.
And you work on that.
There you go.
The answer, there's so many different answers that can come. And all of those answers are going to lead you to getting ready.
That's it.
Once you're ready, make sure you do everything you can to stay ready.
There you go.
Because opportunity is coming.
Opportunity is coming faster.
So get ready and stay ready. Okay. Yeah. It doesn't matter if you're buying right now. Reach out to somebody and find out what can you afford. Doesn't matter whether you're looking to sell a property and move to another one as an investor. Reach out to someone. Get ready and stay ready.
Get that that's why I tell people, have that pre-approval ready to go. Whether you're not looking right now, but opportunity comes so fast, and out of 10 times that perfect property for you is going to come when you're not even in position.
Right.
And you're going to be like, oh man, this is the perfect house. Now you got to scramble, hustle, try to get pre-approved, try to track down all your paperwork while you're doing all that. Meanwhile, other qualified buyers are going in, seeing the home, making offers, and getting the house that you love. So
Right.
you don't want to miss your opportunity out. Nothing wrong with just having it and sitting back.
Sitting back.
Yeah, you're just good to go. Hey, it's like having a credit card, right? You just got all this money on it. Who says to use it? You got it. You
Right.
see something you really love, it's hot.
And honestly, why would you not want that peace of mind? Why would you not?
Right.
Why would you not want to know I could buy a house?
Yeah.
I just don't want to.
Right.
I don't want to for reason X, reason Y, reason Z.
Yeah.
Why would you not want to have that peace of mind? Like, and at least have the answer. If we're not ready right now,
right,
why would you not want to have that answer?
Exactly.
Because when that home does come up, that checks all the boxes, wife's on board, husband's on board, the kids are already picking out their rooms as you're going through pictures on Redfin, the perfect opportunity comes up, and you're like, boom, let's do it.
Yeah.
We should be good. I think we're good. Let's reach out to Mark. And then you reach out to Mark, and Mark's like, well, I think we can get our credit score up to where we need it to be, probably about a month or two.
Yeah.
Month or two. That perfect home is there.
Yeah.
And I tell you, we need about a month or two to get our score up. Hopefully that house is there in a month or two.
Well, and if not, I'm sure you'll be ready, and maybe something else similar will come that week after.
And it will not let that mistake happen again.
Yeah, something else.
You will not let it happen again.
A lot of it, I hear too, I think it's just a lot of the fear of rejection. But I tell people it's not even rejection. It's a consultation.
Yeah.
And so that way you know what you need to do. So say it doesn't, I'd rather know right now, if I don't qualify, what exactly I need to do, how long it could take. So that way I can go home and start working on whether it's my credit or whatever. But at least I know, hey, if I do this, a couple months, Mark said I should qualify in June. So let's do this. June, we're going to be ready. At least you got a game plan. You know exactly where you're headed. As opposed on the flip side, you're just shooting in the dark. You're not knowing what's happening. You don't know what's what. You're like, you're playing that guessing game with yourself. So it just gives you more peace of mind when you find out what's going on, where you stand.
Yeah. And in these consultations, not a big deal either. Yeah. And in these consultations with realtors, maybe you're having a consultation on selling your home, or a consultation with a loan officer to see how much you can qualify for. In these consultations, it's never really yes or no. It's always, and if it is going to be no or not right now,
yeah,
then it's no or not right now. But why? Following up with asking why.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, these professionals should be telling you anyway why. But if they don't, you should follow up with why. Why? Okay, no, but why? Yeah. What do I need to do?
Because no does you no justice. No does you no good. You need to know what is the reason and what I need to do. You need a roadmap. And that's what I tell buyers. I'm like, hey, you're going to go talk to Mark. Even if you don't qualify now, he's going to give you a roadmap, let you know exactly what you need to do to get to your desired destination. Meanwhile, you can still check out houses online. Just look what's available until it's time, until you're in a position to buy. So, yeah.
And this is just referring to homes, but I mean, you can carry this no, but why
in general, in life.
In general, just carry that phrase no, but why. Somebody, you apply for a job and they say no. Okay, well, why? What do I need? Well, you're lacking experience.
100%.
Okay.
Boom. And honestly, dude, that's my mentality over the last few years. Even when I like I do that all the time when I go to listing appointments, right? Sometimes obviously, you're not going to get every listing if you're going to a lot of them. I might not get it. However, I always reach back, say, just ask the person, is there something else I could have done better? Where do you see, what did I do? What could I improve on? Because that's only going to help. If you don't know what you're not doing well in, or you're not, you don't know, you're not going to get better. Right. You don't know. You're never going to get better. You're never going to, get to the next level and do better for your life. So knowing is power. That's all I say.
Yeah.
It's power. Let's shift gears a little bit, man. Let's shift gears a little. Let's see what we got. You know what I want to just touch on a little bit? I want to talk about ego, man, because ego is one thing that prevents a lot of people in general from whether it's moving forward,
or from even having that mindset we just talked about,
or having that mindset
in the way of that,
right? Thinking you know it all, you don't need anything else. I mean, we all struggle with it. No one's perfect, right? But just being aware,
it's always there.
It's there, right? We're just
the more you feed it.
Yes. Sheesh. But what I've learned is ego does you no good in life, because like I said, it just blocks everything. It doesn't humble you to where you can acquire more knowledge or just to learn or just to kind of sit still and realize, hey, I might not be the best at this. I might not know that. But the first step is realizing you don't know or you need more help in a certain area. Now, the second part would be, okay, let's learn, let's figure out how I can get better. The third step is when you're success because you've reached a point, you're past that thing that was maybe holding you back, right?
Yeah.
Because of your ego. So, but we see it all the time in business or whatever, that people don't. We can put it this way. And I'll just equate it to something in my business, right? Like as a real estate. So you might be a realtor or whatever, new or whatever. Ego may say, hey, I'm not going to reach out to someone that I aspire to or see that is very successful just to talk to them or meet with them to kind of pick their brain, to kind of just maybe get some, here's some things I could do better, or just have a conversation just to improve yourself. So that something like that is definitely, you got to put your ego to the side to reach out to someone to try to, to learn more from them, to where you can gain knowledge and just be completely, just vulnerable, really. It's just being in a vulnerable state.
Yeah.
And that's the only way I feel you're going to grow. What's your take on that?
Yeah. I just, I think if most people just viewed, just right now, like maybe in this exact moment,
right,
if they were capable of just telling themselves that I will always need help, maybe not with everything, but just I will always need help,
right?
Because that already tames that a little bit. Like, okay, I will need help. I don't know what I'm gonna need help with, but I know I will need help. It kind of just takes that, like that bravado, that ego, that arrogance right out of it.
Right.
Like if I know that I'm going to need help, and maybe it's not with originating loans, maybe it's not with getting listing appointments.
It's anything in
maybe,
life.
maybe it's not. Maybe it's with keeping up with all the buyers' information and following up with them. Maybe you're awful at that.
Right.
But as long as you know in your mind that I will need help,
right,
it helps limit. It helps not feed that ego, because if you feel like the exact opposite is I don't need help. I'm never going to need help.
And really, that's going to hurt you.
That ego is they're in the driver's seat.
It's going to kill your business.
They're in the driver's seat, man. They're driving you in the wrong direction.
100%.
So you can't feed that ego, man. Just always tell yourself that I will need help at some point.
Yep.
And it just kind of makes your mindset just kind of mellow out a little bit. Like maybe this is what I need help with.
Right.
Because it doesn't cross the minds of people who are just ego driven.
100%. And that the pride and ego will also have you never admitting when you're at fault, or admitting to certain things, and which again, being completely open and vulnerable and just knowing what your weaknesses are is super important. If you're trying to build a business, from what I found in my experience, if you're hiring, if you have, staff, you got to humble yourself a lot. You got to understand, like, hey, I know this, but if I'm going to trust someone in a position, I'm going to trust, that thing. You got to let go a lot of things, right? And let them, and trust the process. Let other people do their job or what they do. Of course, you got to monitoring it, but ego wouldn't even allow a person probably even to hire somebody. It's like, you know what? I got to do it all myself. No one can do it better than me. All that sounds good, but we all know there's no way to truly build a great business long term if you're the only one doing everything, because you're not going to have any time. Yeah, exactly. So you got to let go of certain things. But that's just one aspect of how it shows up in business. How
it could. I mean, it could also be fear, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I mean, that ego.
Yeah,
it could prevent it. You're like, nah, Mark Rocha, M Rocha Home Loans. Nobody's gonna do M Rocha Home Loans better than M Rocha is. So I ain't hiring nobody.
There you go. Right.
So and it can happen. It can happen.
It does happen. Yeah, a lot of times. You
just hired, didn't you?
Well, I mean, I have a small setup team, well, I'll say 3 assistants. But then, I got a buyer's agent on the team. Well, buyer partner, I don't like, so we're partners.
I get you.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
So yeah,
it's
I have
a partnership.
New team member. Yeah. So he's amazing. He's coming in.
That's an in-check ego right there, man. It could have easily been, yeah. He's my guy. He's underneath me. He does that. But you view it as a partnership. You view it as we help each other. We help each other succeed. And that's awesome.
Words are very important.
That's awesome.
Underneath me, all that, I don't like saying, I don't believe in that. It's just, if there's something I can offer someone else, agent, and provide value and help them and show some things that could help them out, and we're working together, because I believe in building people up, man. So whoever I work with, whether you're brand new, whether you just have little experience. I mean, I'm here, I'm an open book. I want you to be the best you can be. Um, and I don't have the fear. I mean, if you leave in a year, like a lot of, a lot of teams, the agents leave, I don't care. Because as long as we have a great relationship, go off and be great. I'm sure. And I feel if you teach people that way and you show that type of love and support and things like that. I mean, who's to say we can't do business later on at some capacity? And we
That's
will
true.
do. You're
That's
creating
true.
business partners in the future, whether they stay on your team, whether they go off and spread their wings and build their own. As long as you keep that great relationship, they're going to remember that. They're going to appreciate it. I mean, humans are humans, right? We're not going to forget it. And we just keep moving, right? Things happen for a reason.
That future interaction may not even be business related.
It may not.
But they're going to remember the way that you treated them.
100%. And they could go treat
who is rich, who is rich to the core. This is who he is, man. Absolutely. Yeah. I'll
and hopefully that the way I treated them or interacted with them, they're going to go off and interact with other people and create business relationships the same way. And man, that could be amazing, man. Like it just, I believe, what you put out there in the world and in the universe, and it's just good things. You always want to put out good, positive,
absolutely
vibes and things. So
we got a mutual friend we got to get on here, man.
Who's this?
Shout out to Nicholas Butler in the Troy Center.
Oh,
we got to get him on
Nick?
Here, man. He's
man
revitalizing the youth, man. His the overall cause. We got to get him on here.
We're going
to what you just said, man. We all three of us used to work together.
Yeah.
Probation department out at the juvenile hall.
Yep.
And here we all are doing something completely different.
Man.
But because I know how you guys are, I know that fundraiser and that charity and the things he's doing for the community.
Oh, amazing.
I know it's going to be amazing.
Check out the Troy Center. Go to the website. I know it's TROY Center. I don't know if it's .org or .com.
It is .org.
It's .org. Okay.
Right.
Or you just Google search TROY Center. Boom. It'll come up. Go check it out, man. He's doing great, amazing things out there for the community, for the youth, man. All the underprivileged youth or just youth in general, showing them other ways of, whether they're going down the wrong path or whether they're on the right path. They just need extra things and support and just somewhere to go and have fun and to get some type of like big brother type of deal relationship and
good backstory to it. Troy's an acronym. So I'll let him explain all that when he comes on here. But definitely go check him out. TroyCenter.org.
For sure.
I'd really like what they're doing.
Nonprofit organization.
I hope to get out there, man, and just volunteer my time, energy, effort, money, whatever it is I can.
I got a sweatshirt. I don't know about you.
You got a sweatshirt?
I should have wore it today, but yeah.
We're gonna have problems here. We're gonna have problems here, Nicholas. Hey, man, I ain't got no sweater.
Hey, Nick, when you come on the show, we'll all have I'll wear it then. It's awesome. Absolutely. But I love the cause. Great things, man. There's quite a few people who, that's what I love about just the people that we, our peers in general. Over the years, just seeing people grow and develop and doing amazing things, investors who are just, doing amazing things that I knew when they were just brand new. We met at a meetup, right? One of the top investors in this area, I met him at a meetup before he knew anything. Now he's like, and if I say his name, everyone knows him.
No.
And we're gonna get him on the show too.
I think I know who you're talking about.
I don't have to say his name. Right. I mean, he flips like crazy, he does everything, but like I said, I knew him from the beginning, and then look where he's at. I mean, it's just amazing, and that a lot of people are doing great things, and we're going to highlight everyone on here as much as we can. So,
that's a good segue into this too. If you are interested in being on this podcast, if you're someone in the community, entrepreneur, business owner, you don't even have to be that route. I mean, you're just somebody providing a service. I mean, if you are about giving back to this community and making this community a better place,
right?
Man, let's have you on here. Let's hear your message. Let's hear your cause. Let's hear how we can help. So if anybody out there is interested in being on the show, reach out to either Rich at what's your Instagram handle or
Real Estate Rich Jackson is everything. Real Estate Rich Jackson. I mean, you can contact we need to make a Facebook page, bro. Heat Speakers
numbers on that.
Or they can reach out to the Heat Speakers at Gmail. Heat Speakers one. Oh gosh, what is our Gmail? Hold up. Well, anyway, you can find us. We're everywhere.
Or M Rocha Home Loans on Instagram.
There you go. You can even leave a comment in one of the videos. Just say, hey, tag us. Boom, we'll reach out. Not a big, and if you know someone, it doesn't have to be you. If you know a friend, you got a family member, someone that's doing something great, let them send them our way. We'll love to get them on.
Agreed.
We got some great episodes coming up, man. I'm excited for this year, bro. Like the whole new look.
We got some guests lined up.
Yes.
I love the way the housing market is heading. You know, I
Yes.
have a feeling we're going to be helping more and more families here this year, definitely more than last year. You know, so it's exciting times. Exciting times.
Is business never personal?
Is it never personal?
You've heard that term many times, right?
Yeah, yeah,
all the time.
yeah, yeah.
I gotta take on that. What did you know how people say, yeah, you know, don't worry about it, bro. You know, it's business. Don't never personal.
It wasn't personal. It wasn't personal.
It wasn't personal. It's just business.
Is there a difference?
I'll let you start off.
Is there a difference?
I know my
I'll tell you what,
my take on it, but let's hear it.
Anybody that ever tells me, anybody that ever does something that's out of the ordinary, or in self-interest, or directly negatively affects me, and then tells me, "Hey, man, it's not personal. It's just business."
It's just business.
I guarantee you that they will no longer get my business or be invited to my personal birthday party. So I think it's not personal. I think it's the same, dude. How can you like if somebody acts a certain 100%. Way?
Yep.
That's who they are, man. That's 100%. The reputation they're building. That's their core value and ethics. And if it displays in their business, their business decisions, it's going to display in their personal 100%. Life. You know, so I don't see a difference.
Your how you do business is how you do life.
Yeah,
that's you. Like that's how, you know. But you would hear it all the time. Everyone's heard that, you know, business. But when you really think about it, bro, like it's like, wait a minute. So you're gonna screw me over? And no, this is how you are as a person. Like this is your, like you said, your morals, your ethics, all that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you're right. It's all one. How you are as a person, what you value, you know, how you treat people, the integrity, all that.
Integrity's huge, man.
What? It's crazy. Huge. And it's so crazy because our business, especially, I've seen it. There's really a lack of that in a lot of areas, which is so sad. It's like, but is it sad because those people typically it catches up sooner or later, right? Like, they never end up being super successful. They may get a couple things here, deals here, but it usually just it doesn't last, man. When you don't treat people right, or you're not integrity, you don't keep your word, you lie, cheat, all that. It's just not the way to go.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's a natural way of the system purging those kind of people out.
Yeah.
If we look specifically at real estate, you know, there are some loan officers who did not renew their license for 2023. It's probably because, you know, they didn't do a whole lot of business. They probably felt like paying the renewal and doing the education to renew your license wasn't worth the cost. You know, and it may just be because the market's tough, or it may be because they've done a couple deals and their reputation got around. And those are all the deals they got, you know, because of who they were and how they conducted themselves. Maybe they overpromised and underdelivered. There's a lot that goes into it. But I would imagine that, you know, some of them, I don't know what percentage, but some of the people that did not renew their license to do my career for 2023, I would imagine that some of them are because 100%. It was like a self-destruct, you know, that whatever they did in their prior career did not lead to success in it. And now they don't even see the benefit of renewing their license and continuing to do it.
Yeah.
So, and it happened already, you know, so we hit the renewal. You got to be done by 12/31, you know, December 31st.
Yeah.
We're already halfway through January. Reports are coming out that a lot, there's been quite a decline.
And the beauty of that though, bro, the ones that did the business the right way, treated people respectful the right way, they're going to take a lot of that market share because they're still in the business. Those people are gone, the bad guys, and now you have an opportunity to build yours even more and take over that. So
and rightfully so. I don't think it should be viewed as like greedy. It shouldn't be reviewed.
No, it's service. It's like
I'm not happy that it happened, but at the same time, like I know that I'm good at my job, and I know that I help families understand the process, understand what it means to get into this debt. I help them understand what it means over 30 years, what each loan product can do for them, the downsides of it. I let them know everything up front, that it's actually, I'm doing myself and the community a disservice if I don't take more market share, if I don't go help more families, and I let these other people who decided it ain't worth it because I'm not getting a whole lot of money and money. Yeah. It's actually, it's bad on me to not go and help and instead let that run rampant.
It's kind of the same sentiment as far as living up to your true purpose in life. Like you'll feel like if you don't do that, you're doing a disservice to not only you, I feel the God, to everything in life. Like you need to be the best person you can be in general. So you gotta, same thing, you know, you just at the end of the day, do the right thing. Because that short term, you know, shadiness or whatever, you can get paid quickly or whatever. It never ever lasts. You might get one, you know, you might get away with it 1 or 2 times. It's gonna catch up some kind of way somehow. But it's all about. See, I played a long game. I've always kind of approached this business as longevity, right? I'm not looking at the quick deal. I'm looking to build relationships. That's what I preach. You know, you want to hopefully try to make long-term connections and relationships with people that you work with and help. You know, that's what it should be about. As long as you do the right thing, do it in the right way. So that's just my little 3 cents on there. But
it's one thing to say something like that, and it's another thing to live it.
Sure.
And you're exactly right. You are an exact representation of that.
You too.
We met each other together. Exactly. We met each other years ago.
Yeah.
And because of who we are, when we eventually came to a point where we could actually, you know, our businesses were, you know, they could run along, they fed off each other.
Right.
We know who each other are. We know how each other are. It just made sense, man.
It just makes sense.
So, and here we are. So, 100% right. I mean,
Yeah.
you created that. We didn't even know we were creating that relationship years ago. We were both going to end up in a room doing a podcast
a nice,
together.
East
side. Yeah,
I mean,
we had no idea.
We had
no idea, but you know, we treated each other correctly. We treated each other right, and here we are. You know,
life happens the way it's supposed to be, good or bad. Like whatever you do, things happen, and there's a path that we, you know, only God knows. But if we stay on the course of what we feel is the right thing, things will work itself out all the time and put you in a position that you should be in, you know. So that's just where I'm at with it. Yeah, man. So what we got who we got next time? We got a next coming.
We got to get another mortgage lender on here. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Some guests?
Yeah, guests. I think we got my boy Sam coming.
We got to get him on.
Huh? Yeah.
Sam O'Kenny with Western Pioneer.
Yeah.
Does the same job that I do.
Right.
But he's a solid dude.
Yeah.
Knows a lot about the industry, been in the field for a long time.
Right. Shout out Sam.
We got to get him on there. Shout out to
sure.
Sam.
Yeah, he'll bring a lot of insight. But I mean, I got a list, bro. Like it's so many people I would like to, but again, guys, let us know. Let us know if you would like to come on, if you know someone. There's a lot of days in a year left to do interviews.
You know, Rich, what do you think about getting a maybe a newer or newly licensed realtor in here?
For sure.
Because if this is the only market they know, you know, a year ago, they may have some different insights.
They will.
You know, because we're examining this from, okay, it's just normal shift. But if this is all they know,
yes,
it might be
that'll be a good one. And also that'll be good to anyone that even considering the business, right? Like, okay, let me just see how it is as a new agent, you know,
start.
Get their experience. That'll be awesome.
Yeah,
any new agents out there, hit us up. Like I said, we're open to anyone. There's no threat. There's no competition. We're just bringing value. Nah, not at all. It's just, come on. We want to give value and help people. So any agent.
I think that would be good.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
I know I get those questions a lot. Hey man, how do I become a realtor? Because they assume that I'm a realtor just because I'm in real estate. I think that's like the number one, capacity. Real estate, agent.
Right.
So I get that all the time, and I'm like, you know what? I don't know. So, I don't know much more than the general public on what to do day to day for a realtor.
Sure.
So that might be something good, and piques a lot of interest. And this is a market that needs more.
Trust me, guys, it's nothing that you think it is. If you you watch those shows,
now I'm interested. Now I want to know.
Yeah, if you watch all those HGTV or whatever, those $1 million listing and all those
sunset
selling, if you watch that,
I'm hearing it all.
It's not that.
It's not that. No.
I mean, in a little piece of
that's
it.
A portion.
That's a piece of it.
That's an exaggerated.
Yeah, they're gonna give you the just the high points of it, but there's a lot of work behind the scenes that people don't realize, which I feel they need to start seeing more of. I think that way the average person will respect more what realtors do. I think a lot of times, I just had this conversation the other day with a potential seller, and he was like, "Yeah, well, I'm not gonna pay you guys so much percent. All you're gonna do is stick a sign in the yard and put it on the market, and And I was like, well, sir, that's a little part of it, but a good realtor is going to do a little bit more than that, and
Right.
to
Right.
make sure you get the best offer. So again, that just
Well, an
shows.
offer, period.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, right,
Yeah.
right. Especially in the market we're
In
in
the
now.
market we're in
Now,
now.
and I agreed. I told him, I said, hey, well, you may have had a point, within the last, end of March of 2020 till about what, July, maybe August of 21, where it was super red hot.
There was a lot more
There
for
was,
sale by owner.
well, that
Right.
part too.
Right.
But so there's two parts of it. So for one, yeah, it was a lot easier for agents to list a property. Sure. I mean, houses were flying off the shelf.
Right.
However, we still saw for sale by owners struggle in a lot of cases. And so
I know a couple.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not easy just to sell your house yourself. And a lot of people may not understand what we do behind the scenes to get the best offers. But that's a whole different.
Yeah, we got to make that an episode. We got to
That's a different show.
Let's get a new realtor in here.
Yeah.
We got
Yeah.
a new one. We got an experienced one. Let's
And then we should
tackle all
also get
corners.
like a vet too. Like, I'm experienced, but let's get someone maybe 15, 20 years vet, like long term. I like to hear their experiences too.
The best thing about those ones, not just realtors, but just experiences that they've seen multiple markets in whatever field you're in.
Right.
Right. I know we talk mainly about real estate, but man, a lot has happened in the housing market just from 2000 on.
Right.
And there are plenty of realtors who have been realtors from 2000.
Exactly. We love
so
to
they
hear
got, I'm sure they got
story.
That might be the longest episode we have.
Right,
That might be the longest
that
one
pre-08, pre crash 08 was crazy. Like, I wasn't in the business, but I remember back hearing how there was a lot of shadiness, a lot of crazy good stuff going on back then. Man.
Yeah.
A lot of crazy loans. Like, people were just, I don't know, it was just wild.
Yeah.
It was a free for all. But before we end this, bro, who you got? We got the Niner. Who you got for the Super Bowl? Super Bowl's coming, man. Who we got?
Let me start this prediction off with saying Raider Nation. Okay. Raider Nation.
Okay, I'll give you that.
And then I'll go ahead and say
you guys will be watching us next week, but it's cool though, right? You guys, hey,
true.
We got Dallas. Just so you know, Niner gang, bang bang.
There it is,
Niner gang.
So, man, to be honest, my personal opinion is I just want to see a great game. That's it. That's all I want. I want every single playoff game to be a great game. Sure. But I know you're not gonna let me get off that easy. So I think NFC Championship game is going to be between the Philadelphia Eagles beating the Giants.
Okay.
And the San Francisco 49ers. And I think that NFC Championship is going to be fantastic, man.
Yeah, that would be good.
That's what my personal opinion.
Sure.
But again, I just want to see, man, I want to see triple overtime.
Great games.
That's what I want to see, man.
We don't want to just see it. I mean, a Niner fan would be nice, a blowout, because that way we solidify, like, okay, we're heading up. But I'm taking it game by game, man. We got Dallas Sunday. Let's get past Dallas, run through them, and then
you guys are a complete team, dude. Just every position.
We just
solid.
As long as we stay healthy, stay together, playing right. I mean,
I'm gonna be honest. I think I can get in that quarterback position and do well on that team, bro. You guys are just stacked everywhere.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
No.
Well,
stacked. You guys are
no. Ever since we had Purdy, I mean, things just kind of like Purdy's.
Is he undefeated? He's undefeated.
I think he's 7-0 now, 6-0, something like that. Yeah, he's so. That's what I'm saying. Like before that, I mean, I mean, yeah. I think right now we're complete. He was that little icing, and then McCaffrey came in.
I don't know how that happened.
Beast.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
Debo's a beast.
You guys' fullback use check. He does
beast. It's
ridiculous. Your defense.
Kittle. I mean, Ayuku or whatever his name is. That guy.
Brandon Ayuk. Yeah.
Ayuk.
You guys have weapons everywhere.
Yeah, they're pretty loaded. They're pretty loaded. So again,
Eagles and Niners. That's my prediction.
Just had this conversation, man. We just said how the Raiders have a lot of good weapons. However, they just can't put it together for some kind of reason. They have a lot of talent. So
they got some big
talent doesn't always mean winning championship team.
Nope.
It just means they gotta figure out how to work well together and gel as a unit. And everybody play their part. So
they definitely got issues beyond the football players on the football field.
Who's your quarterback now, man? I mean, sheesh.
Again, me, bro. I'm out there and try it out, dude. I can't do any worse, man. Come on, man.
Shout out to Carr.
Big shout out, dude.
Fresno State, man.
Big shout out.
We're Fresno, so we gotta.
In his
for
defense,
that reason,
9 years, tons of different head coaches.
Yeah,
tons of different game plans. It's just, if I had a different boss who wanted something done differently, almost every year of my career,
It can kind of get crazy.
What the hell am I supposed to do after 3-4 years? I'm like, well, he told me to do it this. No,
Right.
You do it this way, and you don't see results, but that's how they want you to do it. It could be tough. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
just understanding just the logistics of it, it could be tough. You know,
Sure.
so I'm not going to say he's not going to have any success going forward. I truly hope that he does, because that was when I was going to college, he was my quarterback, and then
so you were at State the same time?
Same time, yeah.
No way.
Same
Same
as
year?
Same years, yeah.
Shut
Same years.
up.
I was in. So he was my quarterback there, going to those, get the Red Wave, you know, watching all those games. He gets drafted to the Raiders, so bro, he's been my quarterback for over a decade, man.
Right.
Over a decade, he's been my quarterback.
That's awesome.
So it's tough to see him go, but
yeah,
you know, some relationships just need to end.
And who knows? Who's to say that, you know, the next QB that comes in may be a game. I mean, we saw what happened with Purdy with the Niners. He changed it. I mean,
word on the street is it's TB12 coming, man. Tampa Bay.
Ooh,
Tampa no longer Tampa Bay. He's gonna be Raider Nation. That's rumor.
I heard that.
Said they're going after him. We'll see what happens. It's a long off season.
Who's that guy? 45, 46? Do we see him playing another year? Like, he's sticking around, huh? He's not playing around.
I think he'll do all right with our weapons.
Tom Brady for
Tom Brady.
Yeah, what we're talking about. But yeah, we see him another year. You think, huh?
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Before we go, you know probably more. You know more stats for football than me. Oldest quarterback ever. Is he like one of the oldest right now? Like, and still going at 45, 46? Is there anyone else?
He's 45.
He's 45, bro.
Is he?
45.
He's got to be then. He's got to be.
Let me just make sure. I don't want to quote anything on here and we have all the wrong information. But yeah, I'm pretty sure.
He just won a Super Bowl a couple years ago. Jesus, man.
He's a beast. I mean, you can't take nothing away from the guy, man. But
yeah, I think,
he's 45. Yep.
That's wild.
That's wild. 45. And yeah, August 3rd, bro.
That is wild.
46, man. So
maybe. I don't know.
I would love to see a 50-year-old athlete, period. Like, whatever sport. Like 50, basketball, baseball would probably be maybe the easiest.
No,
there's never been
too many joint injuries for a 50-year-old to.
Hey.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's Tom Brady is something else, man. He's showing us things.
There's new things out there, new technology, new supplements.
Herbalife.
Herbalife
gonna take them to 50.
You know what I mean? I mean, people are healthier. I guess people statistically, it seems like people are living longer.
Yeah,
statistically, but that's a whole different story. But yeah, who's to say?
Yeah,
I can't wait till Sunday. But yeah, man, that's all I got. He's speaker, bro. We're
man.
We're good, man. Anything else you want to?
No, that's fantastic, man. It's been
another one.
It's been a good holidays. I'm glad we're back on it now. Weekly, we'll be getting these things out. Guests sometimes.
Yes.
Solo, just me and him sometimes. Yeah. You know, whatever it is. Bring
artists. I want to get an artist. This is open. I want to have this platform open to anyone. So even if you do music, if you play an instrument, you sing, you rap, I don't know, whatever.
It may not look like it, but there's room back here. You can set up right here, and you know,
we could showcase some of
your story
on talent. Yeah, for
share where you're performing at. Perform for us here.
Yeah,
you know,
that'd be awesome.
Anything, man. Anything.
Yeah. We're gonna keep it fun, live, and
yeah.
Well, that's all I got, man. You guys have a great one, man. Keep it hot. Heat speakers.
All right. Till next time.
23, baby. 2023.